Coming up on the pod, we talk DMX, Prince Phillip, Tucker Carlson, and the 80s classic, The Lost Boys.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got Real Buzz Rob on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz crew.
Hey, Keenan, scoot left. Welcome to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzzed crew. I'm Real Buzzed Rob.
My own brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Will you wait till Mom finds out, buddy?
There you go.
And to my left, we have our resident medical expert and mom of the pod, Caitlin. Say hello, Caitlin Woodson.
You drank someone's blood? Are you crazy?
And to my adjacent, we have Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Cannibal, a.k.a. Cannabis Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Barbarian, Keenan Robertson.
You'll never grow old, Michael, and you'll never die, but you must feed.
Yeah.
Kiefer really went for it in this one.
He really did.
Bună ziua, Romania. Hello, everybody.
All
Feels
right.
like an appropriate movie for Romanians.
Let's get right to it
The music's kind of,
Aren't vampires?
with
Yeah,
current
that too.
affairs. I tried to chill out the volume on that.
It was an improvement.
Good.
This rolly chair rolls 0%, by the way. I'm like having to jump it forward.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit chair.
like a pogo
I got it at IKEA.
Real Buzz News.
Start off with the death of Earl. I can't remember his last
Simmons.
name. Earl Simmons.
I fucked up last week and I said it was like Wallace or Williams, but it's Simmons.
Earl Simmons. Very very sad. DMX did. We talked about it last week, but this week he did end up passing away.
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, I can't say completely unsurprising. And I hate saying that, unfortunately.
Not surprising that he passed
Addiction is
away
a hard mistress.
based on, his...
Many years of drug use.
well, I was going to say based on him being in the vegetated state. As soon as I heard about that, I was like, there's no way he's coming back.
Yeah, especially when
What the fuck is that?
you want one?
Sure.
Zen pouch.
Is it nicotine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm fine. I got my little vape pen. Anyway, sorry. We can take
I'm on this new weight loss thing where if I get hungry, I just take one of these guys. Kills my hunger instantly. I actually get nauseated. It works quite well.
All right.
That's
Can
how
you drink
people
with it
become
in?
smokers.
No. I won't take up smoking ever.
All right.
I'll just if I'm addicted, I'll just keep buying these.
There you go.
I get them on the internet.
All right. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, so I was watching a bunch of interviews with him on YouTube just to kind of get some context as to how he was towards the end of his life. He was either super ADD or high or something, or his brain was so mushy from all the drugs he had done. He made any interview look like a cardio event. He was all over the place, just shouting and going to 7 different thoughts at once, not finishing sentences, slurring his words. He was not well.
Yeah, I didn't see much of him. Like I said last week, I saw him on Instagram rapping with Snoop Dogg, I guess. Like,
How did he seem on that?
I mean, seemed like he was old, cracked out DMX, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way, but kind of like what you're saying. Like
Cracked out.
I mean, and at the time, I didn't think that it would
maybe-
escalate to this, because it did seem like he might be, because I was reading things, he, had checked into rehab, got out of rehab, stuff like that. So.
Several
Maybe
times.
he was on the up and up, but he was
Yeah,
not
but-
on the up and up. But the body can only take so much damage. I mean,
Of course.
drinking's the same way.
I disagree.
As we're on a podcast where we drink.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
We do it
Moderation,
in
you know?
moderation.
Except on the weekends.
Yeah.
I still moderate.
Me
You got a
too.
debate to go to or something?
Yeah,
You get
right after this.
Monitor.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I was sad when I heard the news, but when he went into the when the news came out, he was in a vegetative state. It was like,
Yeah, when he was deprived of oxygen to his brain for 30 minutes, you're like,
Yeah.
It's not good.
and I haven't heard yet. I'm guessing the autopsy reports haven't come out, but
Not that I've seen.
I don't know what he overdosed on.
Seeing as he had a heart attack and he had addiction to crack, my first guess would be crack, but I don't know.
And it honestly,
I'm purely speculating. I have no fucking idea.
and it could have not been an overdose. It could have just been his heart gave out.
They reported it as an overdose.
Did they?
Yeah. It's
Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
but we shouldn't speculate. No.
Say, unless someone was there and witnessed it.
Yeah, and no judgments either. Addiction is like something that requires love more so than prison time or it's just such it's like a brain imbalance thing. Some people are more prone to addiction than others, and while he probably didn't have a great environment growing up, so I'm sure while he ultimately is responsible for his behaviors, he was not given the best of circumstances to succeed if he had a brain already prone to addiction to begin with.
But that also poses the argument of famous people who have money and access to those kind of drugs and alcohol, but also access to rehab. You just watch them go through this circle over and over and over again.
Well, and that's what he said in one of his interviews. He was like, yeah, man, when I was just coming up in the streets and I could get, a little bit of coke here and there, it wasn't a big deal. But once I got famous and I had access, I said my business manager called him up and like, hey, give me $1,000. Then it became a full-blown addiction. It's like, Jesus Christ.
No, absolutely. If you don't have access to the means to get stuff.
Yeah. Well, anyways, rest in peace. Rest in peace, DMX. Rest in power. Rest in, I think of another P word. Can't think of
pussy.
Yeah, he would like that. Rest in
He
pussy.
would like that.
Rest in pussy. D.
Like
Earl.
that weird movie we watched.
What weird movie we watched?
With DMX in it.
Cradle to the Grave?
Yeah.
Son, that will go down as one of the greatest performances in DMX's career. He is a good actor. I'll put this on my tombstone. DMX can act.
Did you just say son?
I did. It just kind of came out. I think it's the nicotine pouches.
Yeah, you got to watch out.
I'll allow it.
Oh, boy.
Or we've been watching a lot of British movies, too.
Yeah. All right, my son.
You listen to me, my son.
Yeah, you struggling, right, my son?
Green Street Hooligans coming back at us.
All right,
We'll have a Wembley breakfast.
Speaking of British people.
Great segue.
Thank you.
Prince Phillip died.
Speaking of old crusty people.
I'm pretty sure he died 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, has anyone seen a picture of him before he
Were
died?
they
That
burying
dude
him
was
like the last 6 years of his life?
That dude was a straight zombie.
The Queen's still spry as fuck, though.
That's her husband was not.
Yeah. Well, hey, she was an alcoholic. Maybe still is.
No, just
think
because
that-
she drinks a glass of whiskey every day.
No.
doesn't make her an alcoholic.
Winston Churchill lived to be 93. That dude drank every day.
Yeah. Well, the British are built differently,
Yeah, those European genes just, man.
Yeah, they eat a lot of boiled things.
You think that has something to do with it?
I think that has something. We eat a lot of fried things. They eat a lot of boiled radishes and shit like
boiled,
that.
Boiled does it's better than frying probably.
Yeah, I would guess
nutritionally.
so. I mean, not for flavor,
Those things hit hard. I'd take it out.
Getting you a little doozy then.
Well, I wanted to get the 3 milligram ones in the because I have a flavor I like, but they were out. They only had 6 milligrams in the flavor I liked, and woo,
You can tell the difference, huh?
yeah, those things rip hard.
Speaking
All right.
of crack,
Yeah, I need a fixin'.
So, yeah, Prince Philip, he was what, 99?
99. He was 2 months shy of 100.
See, the last I had heard.
See, I'd be kind of pissed off. I'd be like, come on, God, I had 2 months
Yeah,
to
well-
hit
At
the
the same
Century
time,
Club.
I feel like he was a racist dickwad probably. So
Well, he's in the royal family. I think that kind of goes. That's to an extent we're all racist. We all have racist thoughts. It's how we mitigate those thoughts and say, hey, that's a racist thought. Let's put that in the background and not back burner, and not believe that it's true.
So, anyway.
what?
The last I had.
What I said makes sense.
The last I had seen about Prince Philip was that it was like a news story. And anytime I see a news story about the royals, to be honest, I'm always like, well, who gives a shit? I'll file that under the why do I care? But I did care about this one.
1776, motherfuckers.
Yeah, because it said that they were still planning on going through with his 100th birthday celebrations. And
Oh, they should. They should.
Well, this was way before he died, so now that he's dead, I don't know
I
if
don't
they're
think
planning.
No, they'll do something for his birthday.
I don't know if they're gonna have,
I will bet you $100,000 they absolutely do something for his birthday.
I mean, they're just gonna have a funeral for him.
I'll go a loan shark
He
right
wasn't
now.
the king.
Well, he was still married to the Queen for 100 years.
Well, they weren't married 100 years.
No,
He lived 100
I'm
years.
being hyperbolic. Hyperbolic?
Yeah,
Hyperbolic.
Hyperbolic. I said that right.
Good word. Good word. Is that your word of the week?
Nah, that's not. I mean, that's not an impressive. That's not an impressive part of my lexicon. I'm way more intelligent than that,
Sounds
Caitlin.
So douchey.
Oh,
I know it did, didn't it?
lexicon.
My God.
Yeah, lexicon. That's the word of the week.
There you go.
Yeah. So Prince Philip died. Rest in peace. The dude had a long life. It's not sad. It's sad, but it's not. I mean, he's probably like, thank fucking Christ I'm dead. Like, I don't want to be alive anymore.
You think him and DMX met up at the pearly gates? Like DMX was already waiting in
Fuck
line.
yeah, dude. They're like,
Prince Philip, what up, motherfucker?
oh,
So I think
what?
Rest in peace, DMX, for real. For real.
Yeah, there's a whole royal family mess that I'm not gonna get into.
We only wish it was Prince Andrew, that pervy motherfucker.
No joke. Friends with Epstein and shit.
Is that Prince Philip's kid, though?
Yeah, it's his
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
He
That's
definitely
Diana-
fucked kids with Epstein.
Princess Diana's ex-husband?
No,
I thought that was Charles.
That's Charles.
Charles?
Prince Charles is her
Oh,
ex.
and then Andrew,
Prince Charles
and then
is
Charles.
unconfirmed, but likely the one who cared about the color of the baby's skin.
Probably.
Unconfirmed, but that's the speculation.
That it was Prince Charles?
Yeah, the one was like,
Apparently, he was also
Oh.
upset that he had a ginger baby.
Is this just a question, Kate? Or no, who is it? It's Megan.
Megan.
Do you think this baby will need sunscreen when he goes outside?
That's what he said?
No, I'm just making that up.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Those racist royals.
good segue. Racism.
Not the Kansas City Royals, though. They're not racist.
Well, that we know of.
The British
Yeah,
Royals.
we can give them benefit of the doubt, I
I'll
think.
give them the benefit of the doubt.
Speaking of racism, Tucker Carlson went on national television, which he still has a nationally televised nightly show.
You guys are all over it
Fox
with
is
the
a
segues.
joke.
I know, right?
I mean,
we're hitting him today.
Yeah. Speaking of dying, speaking of racism,
Yeah.
here we go.
Speaking of British people,
Tucker Carlson went on national television, his nightly national show, and endorsed a white nationalist conspiracy theory that basically says the Jewish elite are trying to replace white people as the majority with ethnic or non-white citizens and
Illegal
immigrants
immigrants.
so they can destroy white Christian culture. This is the root of the Charlottesville chant, Jews cannot replace us. And it's pretty fucking, how does, this is
I
what,
think they can.
you know what? Even if this was true, I'm pro. Jews, please replace us, okay? If you're out there and
Please,
you have
some of
the
them.
ability, just do it. It needs to be done.
Kill them with your Jewish space lasers, okay? Jewish space lasers. That's hard to say.
Jewish space
Jewish
lasers.
space lasers.
Jewish space lasers. Jewish space lasers.
I obviously didn't do my warm up before I came.
What
on,
are they going to
so.
be? Freaking Jewish lasers or space beams?
Frickin'
freaking lasers.
Frickin' sharks with
attached
frickin'
to
laser
their
beams.
heads?
Frickin' Jewish people with frickin' laser beams.
I mean, I could see Tucker Carlson fucking saying that for all the shit that he spouts.
I know, but it's just weird because
It's just
cancel culture is, like everything else in this country right now, too radical on both sides. The left cancels people way too quickly, and the right just never does.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer on the be canceled too quickly side.
No,
than the
I
never
don't,
canceled
because
side.
it's too far the other direction, too. Like, there's some things that I'm absolutely pro-canceling for, other things I'm not. Like, this lady lost her job at Teen Vogue because of she made a tweet when she was 19 about an Asian TA, and she's like, damn Asian TAs, and she already apologized for it. She said she was 19 when she did it. She told him at the job interview about the tweet, and then they hired her because she was going to be great at the job. But then a bunch of coworkers below her, I don't know if they were Asian or not, were like, hey, we're protesting against this hire. And then they fired her. And it was just like, dude, she disclosed this. Like, come on, man. We can't. Twitter's the worst. Like, if I
don't use it.
If I ever got a problem, I'm going to stop. I'm deleting it because I
I've
have
never
no
had
I
idea.
have not tweeted in probably 4 years.
I've never had a Twitter.
Now, anyways,
Smart.
we need to find a balance in this canceling thing. Like, we can't hold people responsible when they're 30 for something they put on the internet when they were 19. It just doesn't make sense.
Now, I think there's a fine line on that because, of course, her just saying, "Oh, this stupid Asian TA gave me a bad grade" or whatever. But then there's people who use the N-word or other derogatory terms in a tweet, and if that's in their vocabulary, then it's probably in their vocabulary now.
That's a really not, I don't think that's fair because things I had in my vocabulary. You know what? I used the word faggot all the time when I was a kid.
It's a terrible word.
It's a terrible word. I recognize that now, and I don't use it. I haven't used it in years. Well, that's not true. I've said
you
it.
just used it now. No, I'm
Right.
kidding.
No, I know. I've said the word. I have not used it, if that makes sense.
Sure,
Yeah. So if
but that's
I'm telling you, you're saying like I'm the same person I was. I'm not able to grow as a human being from the time I'm 19 to the time I'm 32. I'm not able to recognize changes in popular culture or changes in what's acceptable. I just don't think it's fair.
I think you can, but I also think a sane human would maybe go delete those things if they did grow.
That's what I'm saying. I have to delete my entire Twitter. I have no idea what I said when I was 19 on Twitter. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I'm glad I never had one.
Yeah, I think that's going to go on to be a good decision, Keenan.
I was always kind of I was over Facebook by that time already, and it was like, I'm already checking in on this every day. Now you want me to get on something else that I got to check in every day. And I really don't want people knowing what I'm thinking too much as I do this podcast and drink every week and just spout out random bullshit. But
of course.
I mean, so there
This
is
is
an
our
archive.
new
I've said some
Twitter.
fucked up shit, but I don't know.
I was-
Twitter could be good for like news and shit like that and breaking stories and stuff, but there's an app for everything these days.
Or
you know what I
reading
mean?
Donald Trump's meltdowns.
Yeah, I like
Sometimes
reading.
I will go to Twitter. Yeah, like,
I like
Just
reading.
to read the meltdowns.
But you don't have to have an account to read
No.
Twitter.
no. So the Royals were in a rain delay the other day, and I was trying to find information about it. I couldn't, so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go to the Royals beat writer Twitter, and sure enough, she was like, rain delay, here's the tarp, and then I kept refreshing. She's like, it's going to come out in 10 minutes. Twitter's good for shit like that, but
Yeah.
I don't need to have a Twitter to find shit like that, you know?
I had a college professor that said something that didn't resonate at the time, but now I see as genius. He said, Twitter's the worst thing ever because it gives everyone a voice, and not everyone should be speaking.
That's accurate.
Yeah,
accurate.
I had a college professor once that was like, in theory, in 40 years or so, every presidential candidate will have some kind of
Social media
either
to look
racist
at.
thing they said or like pictures of them on the internet just getting fucked up. Like, I
think most people can dismiss getting fucked up because we all do that, but racist shit, I can't excuse it.
Well, my next question is, who are these people going through 10 years of tweets just to find someone to take them down? You know, it's
Journalists with nothing else to do.
right.
Yeah.
Do something better with your time. You know how much time it takes to go through 10 years of tweets?
I'm guessing a
Hours.
long amount of time.
Days.
Because we reward this kind of shit. We reward going and taking someone down, and I don't like it. It just doesn't. It's just not good. It's not good for anyone.
Yeah.
And then what ends up happening is the person who went through the 10 years of tweets and takes someone down, someone else goes through their 10 years of tweets and they have something that they said that was fucked up. It's fucking an endless cycle of vendettas.
Well, yeah, and then they took James Gunn. They went through like a bunch of his old tweets, got him off of Guardians 3, but then like the whole cast rebelled, and so now he's back on Guardians 3. So
Well, now he also, I saw the trailer for the most recent the Suicide Squad that's coming out.
Yeah, he's doing that,
Looks
too.
fucking cool.
yeah, hopefully it's better than that big old piece.
It's
of shit.
going to be. I can already tell you. King
Yeah,
Shark
wish
looks
the
cool.
Yeah.
Who plays King Shark?
He's a CGI. I don't know.
I know, but who?
Not Andy Serkis.
It's ah.
Who else would be prominent?
There's not enough shit talk
No,
on Andy
it's,
Serkis in this world.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck that guy.
No, I love Andy Serkis.
I kind of hate him.
Terrible accent. Kind of looks like he has had a stroke
That's a lot of people.
in one of the Expendables movies.
Sylvester Stallone.
That's the one.
He does not
He is,
play.
he's listed in the credits for that movie.
I'm pretty sure he plays King
I didn't
Shark.
know who he was going to be, so
Sylvester Stallone is King Shark.
yeah, because he was in Guardians 2 as well. I think him and James Gunn have a thing.
Someone fact check that. I don't believe it.
I'll Google it right now.
I will say this. I've heard that they've wanted to release the director's cut, or whoever directed Suicide Squad was like, oh, I have a really good cut of that, too.
Yeah,
I was like,
ever
I don't
since
believe it.
The Batman vs Superman. Or no, sorry, the Justice League Snyder cut. Everyone's like, no. Someone said there's a rated R cut of Mrs. Doubtfire. Someone said there's like
It is Sylvester Stallone. Look at that. Confirmed.
Wow, that's wild. It's stunt cast that you're never gonna see his face.
He just does the voice.
I guess he does the voice. Okay, that's
Hey,
fair.
yo, Adrian.
That's what he's gonna sound like.
King Shark.
I am a shark.
Okay, we can go ahead and move on to
So
them.
you know what else isn't good for you? Vampires.
Yeah.
Oh, my
All right, here we go.
God,
Segue.
this
Segue.
transitions
Hey.
this week.
Moving on to the movie we are reviewing today.
That has been Real Buzz Current Events.
Current affairs.
Whatever.
You fuck. The Lost Boys. Release date on The Lost Boys was July 31st, 1987. Are you okay?
It's hot.
It's not that hot.
It's very hot.
Are you going through menopause, Caitlin?
Probably.
So this was a summer blockbuster, huh?
Was it some blockbuster?
I keep
Blockbuster.
forgetting it's like 20 degrees warmer in your house. I need to dress for the weather.
I feel like once we have headphones on too, like we heat up a lot more quickly.
I wasn't even born when this movie was made.
None of us were.
Yeah, no, me
I
neither.
definitely wasn't.
I definitely wasn't either.
I'm the farthest away.
Okay. Director was the great Joel Schumacher. We've done another Joel Schumacher film on this podcast. Who can name it?
Oh, it was, I don't know.
Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Long time ago.
A
Yeah.
very long time ago. Like a
I
year
wasn't
ago.
on that episode.
Oh, well, sorry about that then. Maybe it's just me, Calvin, and Caitlin.
It
was.
was.
Before this, Joel directed, we did it so long ago, I'm going to do it again. Before this, he directed St. Elmo's Fire, a pretty iconic 80s movie with a lot of iconic 80s actors. After this, known for Flatliners, Batman Forever. And I'm sorry, it was
Batman.
maybe we didn't do it. No, he did. He had to have done Batman and Robin too.
Yeah, I think he did both of
Okay,
those.
so Flatliners, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, 8mm, Bad Company, Phone Booth, The Phantom of the Opera. That blew me away. Didn't remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
The
The
one
no-
with Emmy Rossum?
Yeah, and Clive Owen. No, sorry. Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Don't know how I
yeah.
confuse those two.
They both have accents.
I could see it. Darker hair.
The number 23, that
Accents.
interesting movie with Jim Carrey. Top
Yeah.
Secrets.
Yeah.
Top Secrets. You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. What I remember about that movie is when he's like having sex with the chick and he's like acting like he's got a knife.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Apparently, it's a real thing. Women, some women have that fetish, and men too, that they like to simulate murder during sex.
murder.
It's not something I'm into,
It's
but
not sexy to me.
I don't.
No, yeah.
No judgments. As long
But I
as
do
you're not-
remember that scene. I remember being like, huh, this is a Jim Carrey flick, huh?
And they, but hey, given
Bold move.
given the context of Army Hammer, not that weird.
Not that weird at all.
Not that weird.
Yeah.
He likes to eat people, not stab them.
We know for a fact he likes to fantasize about eating people. We don't know if he actually likes eating people.
He probably.
It's just funny to think about.
It's very strange. I'm not gonna. It's weird. All right, Cats.
Cast.
Jason. I always say Patrice. I think it's Patrick without a K.
Yeah, I think so too.
As Michael. Corey Haim as Sam and
Michael.
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 Kiefer Sutherland as David. So I have a question. We'll get to it. Honorable mention to Jamie Gertz as Star.
Jamie Gertz.
Corey Feldman as Edgar Frog. And shout out to Alex Winter as Dwayne.
Wait, did you only do the credits for the two?
Yeah, 3. Kiefer
three.
Sutherland, Corey Haim, Jason Patrick.
Okay.
I don't think there was anyone else that we needed to do.
You could have done Star.
He honorable mentioned her.
She
that's
got
fine.
honorable mention.
That's fine.
She was in everything. So
Did you guys recognize Alex Winter as Dwayne?
who's Dwayne?
Bill and
Oh, yeah.
the opposite Keanu Reeves in the Bill and Ted movies.
Oh yeah, the vampire that gets killed first.
The youngest one.
Yeah.
Marco. You killed Marco.
You kill Marco, and he explodes into glitter glue.
Yeah.
That didn't make any
The
sense.
blood
to me.
was really glittery.
No, that's what I'm saying. He exploded into glitter glue. Is this where Twilight got their inspiration?
Yeah, I think this is where a lot of things got their inspiration for vampire
Glitter
stuff.
glue.
It was quite the gruesome death, man.
Yeah, because if you look at when they vamp out at their vamp faces, that totally inspired Buffy the Vampire Slayer vamping out and like Angel and shit.
Yeah, it looks
Probably.
like
It
exactly
looks
the
the exact
fucking
same.
same. Yeah.
All right,
Anyways.
Jason Patrick. Before this,
Michael.
also want to mention he has. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not. He has one of the most incredible jawlines I have ever seen.
He does have a pretty great
He's a
jawline.
looker in this movie.
Really good jawline.
The hair, the jawline. He got hotter with the earring. You know.
I felt like he just never did much, but I guess we're about to find out.
Before this, he was in Solar Babies. I kind of just based off the title, I want to watch it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that movie, but I imagine it's just a lot of babies in astronaut
Sun,
suits just
yeah.
kind of, floating around in
Floating
space.
around.
It's just like babies hanging out in the sun,
Yeah.
Yeah. Babies in the sun.
Babies in the
talking about how hot it is. Man, it's pretty hot up here.
We're babies anyway. How are we talking?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's an absurd title.
It's very, but cute little babies in astronaut suits up there,
Shitting themselves and spitting up everywhere.
crying.
The sun is the sun their mother.
We're gonna move on.
I think the sun is
We're-
their mother.
We're gonna move on. from
Mother
this.
Gaia.
We're-
I think that's Earth.
that's
Anyway,
right. We're gonna move on. from
After this, he's known for Speed 2, My Sister's Keeper.
Wait. Was he who replaced Keanu in Speed?
Mhm.
What a career.
Speed 2 cruise control.
Yep.
What a career.
It definitely will be on this podcast at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
It's
we
a
should,
terrible
yeah.
movie.
My Sister's Keeper and a movie called Gangsterland, which was a knockoff version of
Wait, he's the dad in My Sister's Keeper?
I don't know. I just recognize the title. Like I didn't recognize any titles, and I had to have more than 2.
I don't know who My Sister's Keeper is.
I think it's a
It's a sad
tearjerker.
book. You don't
It's a
want it.
tearjerker.
I think it's a
It's a
tearjerker.
Yeah.
it's a Jodi Picoult book, if that tells you anything about it.
Oh.
That tells me nothing.
I feel like I've seen a lot of middle-aged women reading Jodi Picoult.
Teenage girls and middle-aged women.
Yeah, I feel like the covers are like beach. They have like random beach-looking things sometimes.
They're always mildly sad.
only cover or only like tearjerker novelist I'll recognize is Nicholas Sparks.
It's like Danielle Steele.
Nope, nothing.
Nothing on that.
Right
one?
over the
I've
head.
read a few of those.
Yeah. Anyway,
I listen to books on audio.
Got them from my mom, though, so.
yeah, my grandma used to read all that shit.
Corey Haim,
Rest in peace.
rest in peace. Before this, he was known for the film Lucas, very sad movie, and that was the movie where allegedly Charlie Sheen raped him.
Oh, Charlie Sheen raped him?
Allegedly.
Trigger warning for the
What?
rape.
Yeah, that was, again, this is coming from Feldman, who has kind of brought to light some of the really, really terrible issues Hollywood had with kids and sexual abuse in movie sets. And Corey Haim was definitely sexually abused by people. And they wouldn't say who it was for the longest time. He's like, it was Charlie Sheen. He said Corey Haim told him that. So, I don't know. Allegedly. I have no idea if it's true.
But back to the whole DMX thing, that just creates a cycle. That just creates a cycle of addiction and rehab and addiction and rehab.
Which is unfortunately his
That's what brought him down.
unfortunate demise as well. He had a bad addiction to pills.
Yep.
And after this, he was known for License to Drive. And he had a little bit of a career renaissance. One of his last major roles was in Crank, High Voltage.
Oh, really?
Which
Yeah.
will also be on this podcast at some point, I'm sure.
We've done
Jeff
the first
Chelios.
one.
That's what I'm saying.
Jeff Chelios.
Yeah, I feel like I remember. I always get him and Anthony Michael Hall confused, but I feel like it's Corey Haim that I remember seeing on the VH1 shows, maybe.
Yes,
Like I love the
always,
80s and
yeah,
shit like that.
When they
And he
were
was just,
younger,
like, fat.
they did look, when they were younger, because he was trying to get sober. Like,
Right.
Yeah. So,
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it. I remember being like, damn, that's the Lost Boys kid?
Yep.
But I see what you're saying because when they're younger, they do look very similar.
Right. Yeah. I just knew them as 80s, those blonde little kids from the 80s, I guess.
Yeah. But both
Solar babies in the sun.
never had a really great career after child acting, but
Yeah. And I feel like Anthony Michael Hall definitely did some VH1 type TV shows.
For
too,
sure.
But
he kind of had a rebound with his first big roles, those Batman movies where he was the reporter that gets kidnapped. Anyway.
I have to look him up here.
You think that's part of why they didn't have careers as adults, because they had so much trauma as kids that they couldn't grow as actors?
Very likely. Or, I have no idea. It's possible.
It'd be a fascinating study.
Kiefer Sutherland. Before this was in a film, a little film called Stand By Me.
Just a little film.
Rab Reiner. After this, known for Young Guns 1 and 2, Flatliners, A Few Good Men, The Three Musketeers, The Cowboy Way, Phone Booth, Taking Lives, 24, obviously, Pompeii, and Designated Survivor.
God, that Pompeii movie was a piece of fucking trash.
That's the one with Jon Snow in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So we should watch it.
it's
for the
god
podcast.
fucking awful.
That's what we do here.
It's like a knockoff Gladiator or some shit like that.
Well, Pompeii was something that actually happened, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, but then it's
Volcano.
I can't remember what movie it's, but I remember watching it and being like, "This is beat for beat that fucking other movie that
Gods
I'm
of
thinking
Egypt.
of." Gods of Egypt.
Also
I
a
did
shit-
remember that movie.
Also a shit show.
I did watch that. That movie's
and
ridiculous.
that had another Game of Thrones actor in it.
Yeah.
Nick, the
Yeah, good
brother,
luck-
Jamie
Yeah.
Lannister.
Good luck pronouncing his real last
I
name.
know.
Nikolai-
It's got a C and a
Walter
J.
Cajolo.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
it's got a lot of consonants.
Coastal Waljo.
Sorry, Jamie Lannister.
A lot of,
pronounce
like,
your real name.
Consonants next together.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Very European.
Very, very Eastern blocker. All right, let's do net worths. We'll start with Jason Patrick.
2 Chainz.
That's perfect.
A 2 Chainz. Jason Patrick, I don't know,
$7.
Little higher.
$7 million.
Okay.
750,000.
$3 million.
$3 million.
That's a good compromise between the
I
two.
got nothing against it.
Yeah, good for him.
He wasn't in that much, so yeah, that seems reasonable.
I would say the majority of that $3 million comes from royalties from this
Lost
movie.
Boys, yeah,
I don't know what kind of deal he got on it though. He might not get points in the back
Cult
end.
classic.
I feel like I saw him in something where he was like parodying himself or some shit. And that's the end of that story.
Like a short.
Yeah, or like, fuck it. No, you know what it is? It's Entourage.
He was an Entourage.
That happens. Yeah, he was in Entourage. He replaces Vinny Chase on Smoke Jumpers, I think. Or like he takes all the good lines or some shit like that.
I do kind of remember this.
That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway,
Corey
$3
Haim.
million.
Corey Haim, like when he passed away,
Well, of course, yeah, at the time of his death.
He was like penniless, wasn't he?
he was poor.
He was not penniless.
$1 million.
Okay.
$2 million.
$5,000.
Oh, geez.
$5,000.
If that's penniless, then I'm destitute.
No, that's fine. But I mean, it's probably
Depends
the
how-
lowest on here besides Randy Quaid that owed the government
No,
money.
we definitely have had some negatives on here.
Yeah. Five grand, huh?
Yeah. Drugs, bro.
Yeah, Sam was looking him up this morning and said he died penniless living in his mom's house, I guess.
Ah, he had $5,000.
Well, it depends on how much its daily pill habit was. That might have been penniless. If he was spending $1,000 a day, that's 5 days of living.
Yeah, I mean, we're really speculating, but yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's probably going to Taco Bell with some of that money, too.
Probably
Kiefer Sutherland.
getting it Uber Eats to his house.
Yep.
He's got to be worth some money.
Yeah, 24.
He's got some fazools.
I'll say 75 million.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 52 million.
110 million.
Damn.
Good for him.
No,
All
fuck
of
him. He looks like
his hairline has been the same since this movie.
I've heard he's such an asshole in real life and
I
to work
guarantee-
with.
yeah.
And it's one of those guys you look at, you've never heard anything about him. Like, yeah, that guy
That
sucks.
guy looks like a dick.
He just looks like he'd be an asshole. However, his dad, Donald Sutherland,
looks like a
seems
gentleman.
Amazing.
be like the nicest guy in the world.
His mom must have been a real see you next Tuesday.
He always plays like a semi-bad guy. Like, Donald Sutherland.
Jack
like,
Bauer is not a semi-bad guy.
No, Donald.
Donald.
He's
Oh,
been the bad
Donald.
guy in some stuff.
He plays a semi-bad guy.
The last thing I remember seeing him in was Horrible Bosses, where he's
Yeah.
he's like the nice old guy, but then he dies super.
He plays
and
the
his
bad
son-
guy in the Hunger Games movies.
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
true.
That's true. But he plays a lot more nice older men. Like, remember that movie Fool's Gold? He was good in that. I like Donnie Sutherland.
Donnie Sutherland.
I like
I
Donnie.
feel like he'd be a good guy to have a drink with.
Yeah.
I bet that. Yeah, I definitely. I'd have a 3 fingers of Glenfiddich with that guy.
Well, all right.
Only
then.
if he's buying, right?
Yeah.
Nah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Keither can front him.
Kiefer.
Did you just call him
Stupid
Keither?
fucking name, though.
Was it Keither?
I call him Keither.
Kiefer.
You did.
Keither
It's
Sutherland.
an F.
It's a really stupid name.
Kiefer. Yeah, it is. Well, his dad must have liked smoking weed.
I was going to say he's Chief Kiefer.
Yeah.
All right, specs and eats.
Yes, indeed.
Runtime, a cool 97 minutes. Didn't have a problem.
Nope.
He was all right.
Budget, $8.5 million. Open 5.
Is that mostly on those sweet jackets? Because I wanted every one of the jackets in that movie.
I did read
okay.
that the jackets were $500K a piece.
Sounds about right.
No shit.
No, I fucking, of course not.
The jackets were awesome. Lots of fringe and chains. I loved them.
They were imported from the future.
That's funny. Opened at $5.2 million and it grossed $32.2 million.
Oh, there you go.
This movie was a hit.
Yeah. What is that? Like quadrupling its budget?
But yeah, actually, 4 times.
Yeah, 3 because it was 8.5 mil. But yeah, close enough.
God damn it.
Plot keywords.
Just let me be close enough.
So 3.75 times.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. All right.
Plot keywords. Number 1, vampire.
Yep.
Checks out.
Pinch pug out there, cock.
Number 2, 1980s.
Yep.
Number 3, teen movie.
Also true.
Number 4, black comedy. I don't know
Yeah.
if that it's kind of
It felt like a comedy
It's
to
just
me.
a comedy. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
a black
but-
comedy.
Yeah. Well, I
There's
mean,
blood and gore.
There's
and
horror
death.
elements,
Yeah.
but it's black comedy is in Bruges. There's no existential dread within this film. It's just funny. There happens to be some gore.
yeah. Well, maybe that's the difference
Yeah,
between
maybe.
dark comedy and black comedy.
Yeah.
No existential dread in the black comedy.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
random gore.
Blood.
When I think black comedy, I just think, oh, Medea.
Yeah. Yeah. 50 Shades of Black.
Yeah, that movie was not good.
It was recommended the other day, and I just laughed at the poster because it's what's his name, one of the Waynes, and he's holding it's like his tie, it's straight up like a boner or something. Anyway,
So
it's-
stupid.
Yeah,
And number 5 was
look up the poster.
number 5 was reference to Peter Pan.
Yep.
Checks out.
The Lost Boys.
It should have been the tagline should have been inspired by the Disney classic Peter Pan.
I should have thrown that in
The
my
real
synopsis.
Peter
God damn it.
Pan.
This rated R vampire movie was inspired by none other than the Disney classic Peter Pan.
You've seen Peter Pan.
Now check out The Lost Boys.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Taglines. Both were pretty stupid.
I'm ready.
First one, being wild is in their blood.
Hate it.
Not great.
Hate it so much.
The second one you'll hate even more. Sleep all day, party all night, never grow old, never die. It's fun being a vampire.
I kind of
Oh
like it.
man, I
I
think,
like it.
I think it would have been cool if they wouldn't have thrown the last part in. It's fun being a vampire.
It's fun being a vampire is definitely kind of gay, and I mean that in the
I like
nicest
it.
way possible.
I like it so much.
It's also not a tagline. It's literally 6 sentences.
It's a paragraph, yeah.
Yeah. Never grow old, never die. Sounds pretty sweet. What do you think? Hey, vampires are in this movie. Come and watch it.
Like it's fun being a vampire. This is a rated R film.
I liked it.
I will say it's a fun fucking movie though.
It is fun.
I have fun with it.
I did not hate it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, see, it just reeks of the 80s.
Oh, it's
I mean,
it's some of it is it's so corny and cheesy.
It's like there's so many parts about this movie give me that nice euphoric shot of 80s Oh, it's the best.
It's the jackets.
Yeah,
I loved
it
all the
makes me
jackets.
just wish that I could have been alive in the 80s.
That's what I'm saying. If I had to choose a different era to live in, no question would have been the 80s. Well, I mean, I was born in the
70s are
80s
pretty cool.
technically, but
Yeah, when I was younger, I would say like the 60s and 70s, but now that I'm getting older, eventually I'll just want to go back to the 90s, which I already kind of do, but I would have liked to have lived in the 80s.
See, like if you get born in like 67, 68, then you get to live through the 70s and the 80s.
and it'd still be kind of a young person as well.
Exactly.
That's a good point. So 68, I think, would have been a good year.
So
to be
like,
the
born.
year my mom
so
was
like you
born.
want to be born with my mom, exactly.
Yeah.
67.
I want to be born with your mom.
I mean, you do.
No.
You guys love Linda.
I do love Linda.
Yeah.
Lisa's
corner.
Lisa's great.
She's a foxy lady.
Listen, Linda. Did she watch this movie?
Nah, she's been helping my brother get his house. They bought my brother bought a house, so they've been over there every day.
I would bet you.
Painting and
I would
cleaning
bet
and
you
shit.
$2.73 she's seen this movie.
Oh, guaranteed. I'd text her right now, find out. She's got the baby.
Okay, moving on to the synopsis. Refer to Keenan. Please give us your synopsis.
Reefer. All right. Welcome to Santa Carla, California, the murder capital of the world. After her mother moves her two hipster kids to this town, one of the boys joins in with some local vamps, and it's up to the younger brother to bring down all the vampires in this movie inspired by the Disney classic Peter Pan, The Lost Boys.
I won't grow up. I don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
Just to learn to be a parrot and recite a silly. It's the Lost Boys song.
Yeah.
I'm impressed how much of that you have memorized.
I like Peter Pan. It's one of my favorite Disney movies.
I don't
good
remember
one.
any of the
I
songs,
like the
though.
live action one.
Yeah, the live action one is good as well, where that dame plays Peter Pan.
No, I like the live action one where it's a boy.
Oh, I'm thinking of the old one from like the 80s.
Oh
Yeah, there's
no,
a
I'm
live
thinking of
action
the
one
new-
from the 80s
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah,
a chick.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that one too. But I like the live action one from like the mid 2000s.
I don't know that I've seen that.
I don't know if I've seen that one either.
I have it on DVD if you guys want to borrow it.
Is
Isn't
it
there-
just called Pan?
No, it's called Peter Pan.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's one called Pan where Hugh Jackman plays the bald, like, fucking rugged, jacked Captain Hook. It's very weird.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I'd be
I
interested.
gotta get into that.
And I haven't seen Hook since I was a kid either.
I got
Great
that-
movie.
I have that on Blu-ray if you want it.
I maybe should go home and watch Hook later.
That's-
Oh no, it's on Netflix right now.
All right, there we go.
That's one of my favorite childhood films, for
Really?
sure. Yeah. Robin
Yeah.
Williams. Oh, you got Dustin Hoffman. And then you got the fucker playing Smee, who we reviewed a couple weeks
Smee!
ago. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, but I do remember the live, like, it was like a stage version of it that had the chick that played Peter
That's
Pan.
the one
the
I'm talking about.
Yeah, really, like, I mean, I had it on VHS when I was a
And
kid.
the first commercial on it was Raisinets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was.
I mean, I don't
No,
remember
the first
the commercial.
was
Yeah.
Raisinets.
They don't even
I
make that
guarantee.
anymore. Raisinets.
Oh,
is-
they still
No,
make
they
it.
make 'em.
Oh,
Trust
okay.
me, I fucking love Raisinets. You wonder who buys that shit? It's me.
Keenan is solely by himself keeping Raisinets in
chocolate covered
business.
raisins, man. I used to go to the movie theater in Lee Summit, and
Just buy them and leave.
well, no, my brother dated or took a chick that was like a manager there to prom.
Bro, how old could your brother have been when you were still going to Dickinson East Glen 16?
The thing is like they went to prom together in high school, and then she ended up becoming the manager of the movie theater.
Oh,
later
okay,
on.
okay.
So she would always hook me up, and she'd be like, "You can take whatever free candy you want," and I'd always grab the Raisinets, and she'd be
18
like,
Raisinets.
"You can literally take any of the candy that you want," and you're grabbing those. I'm like,
Yeah, I love
yeah. I mean, I
Raisinets.
thought
That is a
enjoy
solid
the
hookup, though.
Raisinets.
Candy is expensive at that place.
Oh, she used to get mad at me. I won't say her name, but I'd go in and I'd already have bought my tickets, and she'd be like, "Keenan, I would have let you see this movie for free."
What a
That's
So,
a
yeah,
sweet
It was a
hookup.
sweet hookup for
Was
real.
she interested in Evan or you?
No, she would hook us all up. It was awesome. It was fantastic. She took my mom up if she'd go in.
Wait, how old were you?
I mean, this was like 3 years ago.
Oh, bro, what?
3, 4 years
Can't
ago?
get a fucking call to go to the movies?
I mean, my bad, man. I bet she's still
3 years
manager
ago.
there.
We should try and exploit that shit.
Yeah, I'll hit her
You
up.
guys ready for a mini Linda's Corner?
Yep.
Oh,
texted-
she's got it, huh?
Lisa's corner, Linda's corner,
I go.
Latrice's corner.
I go, have you seen Lost Boys? The Pod Boys want to know. She goes, yes, it's been quite a while, though. I go, what do you remember about it? Did you like it? She goes, well, I thought Alex Winter wasn't good looking enough to fit in with the other vampire hotties.
Solid. It's actually very solid.
Oh, man, that's a solid
That's
take.
a solid point.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't notice that. That's 100%
That's
true.
fantastic.
Also thinking divorced moms should have better radar for creepy dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
She said, yeah, I liked it. Didn't love it, but while I don't like pure horror films, I do enjoy Supernatural.
Yeah, the mom was
But
pretty
yeah, hot
dumb.
take on the Alex Winters thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know how to quantify it into words, but he did not fit in at all.
No, Linda brought the heat with
Linda
that
brought
take.
the heat
That's
today.
a good take.
Thanks, Mom.
That is
Yeah.
a good take.
well, I'll have a quick Sam special then. Her take on this movie.
Oh, I like it. Sam special.
She says this is for millennial hipsters, and that she hates this movie. But she's like,
1000%.
this is for millennial hipsters that think they're fucking cool. And I was like, I
okay.
love this movie.
I
And
love
she's
this
like,
movie too.
Yeah, you're a fucking hipster. I was like, all
Not
right,
that my
dude.
friend is a millennial hipster, but she's a little younger than me, and I posted an Instagram before you got here just saying, back to filming, we're doing The Lost Boys. And she goes, that's my favorite movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I love this movie.
And I want to be like, you damn millennial hipster.
She had an ex that liked this movie that
so-
kind of
okay.
tainted her opinion of it.
So she's salty.
That does ruin it.
She's
Yeah,
a little
she's a little
salty.
salty Sam about it, but
Salty Sam.
yeah,
Lowry's.
I was like, I wish that that hadn't happened because I think this movie, I like if you don't take this movie seriously and you can laugh
It's
at
real
it through,
funny.
yeah, it's a good time.
It's a comedy. You're supposed
to.
to.
I went into it not taking it seriously because I've heard things about it.
Yeah, well,
But
the
I'd never seen
soundtrack-
it before today. Oh my God.
Little sister.
What shitty children's choir did they get to record that? It was on
What are you talking about? It's perfect. It's a great song.
I think it's so fantastic.
No, they're like, don't tell lies. No.
But they're supposed to be children because the whole theme is never the Lost Boys. They're never going to grow up.
yeah. Cry, little sister. We used to play that song at Conrad's when we wanted to kick people out, like
That's
when
the
it
best.
was time to get them out.
That's the best.
But
See, fuck that. When I was DJing, I should have gotten rid of closing time and brought in this guy.
Closing
then everyone would stay because they know you were bringing the heat. It never worked. Everyone
Yeah,
loves
that's
this
a good-
song.
That's a good point. All right, let's move on to the Real Buzz Rundown. Break down this little nugget of a film,
Little ditty.
little ditty of a film. Caitlin, you start.
Sure. Like I said, it's my first time watching it. I would like all of the jackets in the film.
Yeah, you've said that. You like the jackets.
I like the jackets.
I have a funny thing to say about the jackets.
Tell me about the jackets.
Funny story. So downtown Lee Summit, when I got off work, when I used to work at Conrad's, I'd
Yeah.
get off work and go to the bars in the summer, and it'd always be busy, even on the weeknights.
Yeah.
And they used to have Phillip Morris reps, like the Camel reps that would come out, and they'd give like $1 off a pack of smokes.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
And at the time, I was chewing Camel Snus.
Snooze.
Yeah, the snooze. So they had $2 off for that. And I always used to get real excited when I'd see the reps. But then one time, one of the new reps was this dude that straight up looks like the third, not Alex Winter, but the other blonde vampire. Like,
Oh, the less attractive long-haired vampire.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he had.
I know who you're talking about.
Like the exact same jacket, like the chains hanging off
That's
of
what
him.
I love.
Long
that.
fucking earring. The hair was all the
Feathered
same.
in 80s.
Yeah, and I was like, hey man, you know you look like you're like out directly from the cast of the Lost Boys, and he like kind of ignored me. He was like, you want the snooze scoop on or what? And I was like, all right, vampire kid. And I was super drunk.
It's like,
And
listen, asshole, I get this every day.
yeah, well,
Then
he
don't
chooses
dress
to
like
look
it.
like
He
it.
chooses
Exactly.
to look like that.
I've never seen this fucking movie, and I get this all the time.
No, I don't think it couldn't have been a coincidence. Like, he didn't just come up with that look on his own. But then I saw him at like 3 other bars that night, and every time me and Darren saw him, we'd be like,
Did he understand the reference?
No, he was pissed. He
hated you guys so
hated
much.
seeing me every time that he saw me.
Oh, that's
Cry to your sister.
All right. Let me see. A couple other plot points. Laddie was the missing kid on the milk carton in the very beginning.
Yep.
And, like, how are you just walking around at a carnival and a concert and no one's like, hey, that kid's been on the milk carton for 28 years?
Also, the Laddie storyline could have been cut. Didn't understand it.
Yeah.
It didn't fit in with the rest of the movie,
They
really.
should have
just
just staked
turned it
Laddie
in.
when they
They
had the
just-
chance.
And also, who fucking names their kid Laddie? Was he
Well,
Irish?
No, it was in parentheses. Like, he had a first name in the parentheses on the milk carton. It said Laddie and then his last name.
Oh, so that's his like his
His
nickname.
nickname, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, why make a baby into, or not a baby, he was like 8. or
Toddler?
whatever.
I think he was like 5, maybe 5 or 6. Well, I don't
7
know.
or 8.
Yeah.
Why make a 7-year-old into a vampire? Like, what use is that to anybody?
Yeah, that would suck. Can you imagine being 8 years old forever? I'd be
No, it's
so
fucking it'd be
pissed.
dumb. But
That's like Interview with a Vampire.
Yep.
Poor Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten-
if you're a divorced mom, it's always the nerdy white dude that's the bad guy.
Hey,
Public
man,
service announcement from our resident medical expert Caitlin.
I'm a nerdy white guy. I'm not a bad guy.
And divorcee. It's always the nerdy white guy that's the bad guy.
Who saw that coming? When I was a kid and he turned out to be the
Were you shocked as hell? 'Cause
I was
not.
Because but I saw this when I was like 8 years old, probably. So he passed all the tests and everything. I was like, I guess it can't be him.
Yeah, but as soon as he's like, I'm not going to come in until you invite me. I was like, that dude's the fucking vampire. I've seen Twilight.
No, there's misdirection because then he passes all the tests. So they want to make you go back and forth.
If you've seen True Blood, you know that once you invite a vampire in your house, all rules are off.
I think we have to look at this from the context of 1987, where the people who originally watched it
I'm
seen
sure.
True
No,
Blood.
in the 80s, I'm sure that was a plot twist like no other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I was
But
a kid.
me in the 2020s, and I've seen all of True Blood. There's no. I know that guy's a vampire.
I did not remember that once you invite the vampire in, none of the things that would normally harm him will harm him.
I mean, you can totally stake him, but everything other than that, nothing.
No garlic.
No holy water.
No holy water.
I don't remember inviting you in this time, Max.
Max.
X.
You got real grovelly at the end.
Yeah.
What else? What else bothered me? I love the dog Nanook.
Yeah?
Loved her.
Pretty
She's great.
stereotypical name for a fucking husky, but whatever.
Yeah, I was a little thrown off. Oh, I loved the line from the grandpa that was like, "The only woman to get divorced that didn't improve her station."
Yeah, the
Want to be
grandpa,
like, bitch, same.
he bets 1,000 in this movie.
The grandpa's great, although all the taxidermy animals I could do without.
He's also kind of a piece of shit, though, because he knows that there's vampires the
And didn't
entire
tell
time.
Turns out, yeah.
anybody.
He could have been really helpful.
One
didn't
thing
tell
about living in
anybody.
Santa Carla. Never
Like he
saying
said,
All the
damn
fucking vampires.
He told them it was the murder capital of the world, but didn't say, "Oh yeah, it's because of the vampires."
But that's one of my favorite lines of the movie too, when he's like,
Perfect
he just grabs
ending.
a
Yeah.
root beer.
No,
The
at
ending.
The beginning when he's like, "Wait, Grandpa, you're telling me we moved to the murder capital of the world?" And he's like, "Well, let me put it this way: if all the corpses we had buried around here stood up at once, we'd
have a real
have one hell of a
population."
population problem." I'm like, oh fuck.
And I forgot the last line of the film was like, oh, the one sad about living in Santa Carla are the goddamn vampires.
Yeah.
And that's the literal end of the movie.
It's
And
a
I'm like,
perfect ending.
Boom, boom,
Oh,
boom, boom.
absolutely. But at the same time, you could have warned us, Grandpa.
I agree. That's your
Could
grandchildren,
have
man.
warned us.
Yeah, I think it's funny too when at the beginning, like just while we're on the grandpa, when he's talking about now the TV guide comes every Wednesday. You'll be tempted to peel the address off, but don't, or whatever. But the
You'll
cover.
just end up tearing it, and I don't like that.
And he's like, "Wait, you got a TV? No, got the TV guide. Don't need the TV."
when you got the TV guide.
Just read the TV guide. Yeah, no, it was definitely corny, cheesy. The outfits were all amazing.
Yeah, I said the Lost Boys look like they're in a lost 80s hairband.
But I love that kind of, like, y'all, I didn't wear my denim jacket today, and I'm glad I didn't because I'm hot and I'm sweating.
It's like
But-
the name of an '80s hairband.
The Lost Boys?
Yeah,
The
for
Lost
sure.
Boys,
There
yeah.
those guys should have formed a band after that. They could have been
Probably.
huge. Well, Kiefer turned out being huge, but he was the only
All right,
one.
hold on. Speaking of huge, for the sexiest man in the movie, it was definitely the saxophone player from the Carlson.
I'm glad you brought him up.
Thank you.
Dude,
Thank you.
you're stepping all over me. That's my guy. Like,
That might be my. I
That's
have
my
a whole,
drinking buddy,
I have a whole
too.
section on him too.
oh man,
Drinking buddy, the
It-
big saxophone sexy man.
Just pelvic thrusting, oiled up, purple pants.
With the hair
I
and the
I
saxophone.
still believe.
nothing gives me that hit of 80s euphoria like the shirtless strongman murdering that sax.
And there's a trash can, just a burning trash can on stage, and he is just fucking
that
yeah.
saxophone.
Dude, his use of the sax is so fucking awesome.
I mean, it is very, very.
I mean, he's gripping it.
Erotic. I'm just
he
gonna say it.
He just fucks, man.
I mean, that guy
that
fucks.
dude fucks.
That dude gave. I got a hard on watching it.
And that's
guy fucks.
one of the scenes from the movies. Really, the whole boardwalk, but especially that just makes me be like, what the fuck happened in the 80s? Like, what was this decade? Because
The best? You mean it was the best?
I mean, the song that he's playing is not like what I would consider to be a head banging type song, but there's headbangers there just fucking partying, you know?
I mean, that guy just takes the sax and makes it his own instrument of love and power.
Oh yeah,
It's-
absolutely.
It's incredible.
I still believe.
And I believe.
Oh, I believe
He made me
too.
believe.
I was so I was watching this movie this morning, and I was about to take a shower. I was like, well, I got to watch this scene. Not like before I take. I did. It was almost to that scene. As I started
You
telling that
pervy
story, it sounded
motherfucker.
weird. But yeah, no. I made sure that I watched that scene. Yeah, it's not getting any better for me as I continue to talk about this. But I think it's funny too. On the marquee, as they're playing, it just says live. Like it doesn't say the band or anything. It just says live.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah. Again, that guy could have. I feel like he could have made like kind of transferred this character into some kind of a band and could have at least toured. I don't know, like smaller venues all over the country.
It would have been cool if it would have been like the band from Old School and The Hangover that like just shows up in random Judd Apatow movies nowadays or whatever, or whoever that director was.
Todd Phillips.
Yeah. If this band was just in random 80s movies, just kept showing up.
That would be the best.
random
And then,
shit. Yeah.
oh, that'd be so. Just random show up in like Batman Forever, like Joel Schumacher. Like that guy just comes out of nowhere. Fuck yes, dude.
I believe Batman.
Joel Schumacher totally missed out on this, and it's criminal.
He
Yeah.
should have had Sexy Saxophone Man in every movie he produced.
Yes, we were just talking about that.
And
I know.
And there's a sexy saxophone man, like there's a different one, but this should be the sexy saxophone man.
100%.
And YouTube,
He
it's a
needs his
different
own
guy, I'm pretty
movie.
sure.
I
Yeah.
really wonder what he was billed as, like what his character was billed as.
Oily man.
oily saxophonist.
Purple pants guy.
He was in incredible shape.
They should have had him be the head vampire.
That'd be so dope.
That would have been dope.
I could do 15 minutes on this guy.
Yeah.
He's the
We,
best.
we should do the whole podcast on him.
We should just start a podcast about this man and what he's doing now. You think he's still alive?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Google it. My mom said I was 20 or 21 when it came out. Hotness was the motivation to see the movie. And so I just asked her, do you remember the hot saxophone guy from the carnival? She says no.
Oh.
Oh, tell her to Google that shit. That might be what really cements this as one of the greatest 80s movies of all time.
Sexy saxophone
That scene, man. That scene. And the whole boardwalk, too. Like when he goes and gets his ears pierced or whatever, and she's like, I could do it for cheaper. But like the people that are there getting their ears pierced, I don't know. This whole thing just reeks of the 80s.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
You ain't getting your ear pierced at a carnival. is
I'm
what
not
you're saying.
I'm not letting some random woman walk up to me and be like, I'll pierce your ear for less. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I was just kind
What
of
if you
like
have a
jerking
boner
off
for
to
her?
you.
Ooh,
over
that's
there.
true. If I'm trying to get laid, I might let it.
And he
Yeah.
was there looking for her.
Yeah.
What's your name? Star.
What
Oh,
ridiculous
you
name.
had parents like that too? What do you mean? Ex-hippies?
Ex-hippies. I was this close to be named like Moonbeam.
Yeah, the first time I heard him say that, I thought he said sex hippies. I'm like, what?
Sex hippies.
Sounds kind of cool. So the first time in the beginning of the film, when You're Strange plays, it's basically like shows a meth and mental illness montage of people. You're just like, look at these fucking people. These are dirty, dirty people.
Well, yeah, it's showing you Santa Carla is where they're moving to.
Yeah.
Freaking
It's a
gross.
rough place.
There's
I
some
wouldn't wanna move
characters.
there.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Got any jobs?
Nothing
legal.
yeah.
That's some kind of an answer.
Yeah. Well, and the
I mean,
boardwalk
that's
goes on during the
that's an
day.
actual answer.
A simple no would have sufficed.
There's like people dumpster diving and shit like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Street urchins.
Yeah.
I like when the mom's walking around, when the boys are like watching the concert and the mom's walking around, she's like walking between jugglers and carnies. And I'm like, this doesn't seem like a good place.
No, not at all.
And
Yeah,
what
no.
does Max sell at his store? Is it just TVs? I couldn't
No,
figure
he
it
runs
out.
a video rental store.
Oh, okay.
He rents
There's just a bunch of
videotapes.
TVs around. I couldn't tell. I was also watching it on my phone, which does limit. Because, we have to have Cocomelon playing on the big TV 24/7. So,
Is that like the
baby crack.
Oh, okay, all right.
In fact, I think we should do a podcast about Cocomelon.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to force you guys to watch it just once.
Is it a movie or is it a television show?
It's 6 one-hour episodes of a TV show.
All right, so it's a limited series.
No, I mean, they just put out 3 episodes at a time.
Oh, okay.
I've
Cocoa
seen-
melon, huh?
Yeah, Cocomelon. The kids' heads are way too big. It's weird.
Well,
I think pervy people make kids shows. I'll be honest.
well, have you ever seen the Wiggles?
Yeah.
That shit creeps me out, man.
No, this is a cartoon.
Okay.
And it's not it's made in another country and they've dubbed it for English.
Oh, okay.
That's even
So
weirder.
it's not pervy at all. Like it's just very weird.
It's not like the Teletubbies.
No. It's just singing songs. The whole
It's not like the Bananas in Pajamas.
there's
Dude, I loved bananas and pajamas, all right?
There's no words, it's all songs.
Bananas
And pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Yeah, B1 and B2.
So you have to be so fucked in the head to make children's shows.
You know what movie I watched the other night was Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
it's a great
not
movie.
a
Oh,
kids
it's
movie.
so good.
Bob
I watched
Hoskins.
it as a kid, though.
Bob
But
Hoskins.
I know, and we've had this discussion. It's not a kids movie.
No, it definitely should not have been a kid's movie.
No, man.
It's not a kids movie. It's PG-13.
If you had to
No,
choose,
it's only PG.
What?
I was showing it to
rated that
Sam,
movie?
and she was like, "Why would you watch this as a kid?" I was like, "I don't know, it's cartoons, man."
Well, yeah, it was the first. Like, if you ever had ever were attracted to a cartoon, it was Jessica
Jessica
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Oh yeah, For sure. Not Lola
friend
Bunny,
looks just like
Jessica
her.
Rabbit.
Yeah, and then it's like
Jessica Rabbit came before Lola Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
once you break that down, there was bestiality involved because
Yes.
she was fucking a rabbit.
Roger
She
Rabbit.
was fucking a rabbit.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to jail for that now, Jessica Rabbit.
I'm not. Do you? Is it illegal?
Yes. In
not-
the state of Missouri it is.
Okay.
We could do that movie
Remember
on the
the
podcast.
Rockstar Burgers guy, part of his charges
Oh, that's right. He was fucking dogs.
No, his girlfriend was fucking his dog.
Okay.
What?
I don't want to know any more about that.
Jesus. Rockstar. I thought I knew everything there was to know about that. Apparently not.
Does anyone else think it's weird that Grandpa's daughter isn't more concerned when he's allegedly dead on his porch? She's like, he's just a heavy sleeper. Like, he looks like he had a heart attack. Does he normally fall asleep in dead pose on his
But
porch?
she also seems real high all the time.
Yeah, and I like how Corey Haim's like, he's dead. Come on, let's go back to Phoenix.
Let's
like-
leave him.
If he's dead,
bye.
can we move back to Phoenix? It's like, well, no, we're just going to take his house.
Yeah. Playing dead. And from the sound of it, real good, too.
Like, that grandpa's such an eccentric character.
I love
yeah.
him. With his headband and his 2 rat tails in the back.
Yeah, he grows his own weed.
He's like, do you guys want to listen to Willie Nelson? I celebrate the full catalog.
I didn't catch that line. That's
No, but I'm just saying that's
Oh.
who that grandpa would be. Yeah.
you should have said that. That's a great
Hey,
line.
do you have this Willie Nelson CD, Grandpa? I celebrate the full catalog.
Celebrate
got
is
this.
right.
I got this bush from Willie right here.
And I'm also just glad that this movie was at the forefront of promoting wearing helmets when riding a motorcycle. I'm being facetious.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one. I mean, just no one. Like, who's driving around like at high speeds? I would not. Come on, man.
I saw it
They're
on the
un-
highway
but
the
they're
other day.
undead.
I saw it on the highway.
Oh,
the
that's a
other
great
day.
point.
They're
They are
undead.
undead, but,
What do you think,
but
a
Michael's
motorcycle-
not.
He doesn't know that.
But people still
He's
do
just a
it
dumbass.
today.
I know. It's just
Yeah, no shit. Missouri repealed their law like a year ago.
I know. I was shocked. I saw this dude on the highway.
they are
I was
infringing
like,
on their rights.
Yeah, well, I just want to
I
feel the
can
wind
guarantee-
blowing my hair.
I can guarantee every person that I see that's not wearing a helmet also is not getting the corona vaccine.
For sure, 100%.
That's a good way to put it. I would be too.
That's the I'm not getting corona vaccine starter pack.
That's one of those things that I would never get on the highway on a motorcycle. I'd probably never get on a motorcycle without a helmet.
I
but
wouldn't get
certainly
on-
not on the highway.
I wouldn't get on a motorcycle on a highway with a helmet. I just wouldn't do it. I mean, the helmet helps, but just a little.
Hey, trust me, I've seen helmets literally save lives in the ER.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
All right. So All right. Question.
Have you ever seen a brain when it hits straight pavement at a high
I
speed?
feel like you know the answer to this.
I'm asking you.
No, I know. I feel like you know the answer to this.
I do.
I haven't seen. But no, I haven't.
Would not recommend.
I've seen it in movies, maybe.
That's movies do an okay job. It just flattens your skull real hard,
Ugh.
squishes your brain.
I'm gonna vomit. Ugh.
Is that from the nicotine or from me?
No.
You guys want to go eat some lasagna later?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
I'm having meatloaf for dinner. So
Really?
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of
Brains.
a brain. Yeah, brains.
the lasagna looks nothing like brains. That's what a horrible.
But think about it like
Meatloaf kinda.
flattened out on the pavement. You know, some red
streaky.
sauce. Yeah,
Wear a helmet, people.
little gray matter.
All right,
That's the Parmesan.
I'm gonna posit a question. Who do you think would have won a 1v1 fight between Michael and David? Assuming David isn't a vampire at this point in time, when he's like, "Just you, man, just you."
Wait, if David is not a
Just you.
vampire.
Yeah, well, because we don't know he is yet. So
I know,
assuming
but-
he's not a vampire.
Okay, if he's not a vampire and Michael's not a vampire.
Right.
Michael kind of seems like a little bitch.
So you're really asking who's going to win between Jason Patrick and Kiefer Sutherland
I
in
am.
a fist fight? I would say Jason Patrick. Probably.
Really? Because Michael just seems like a little bitch.
No, but Kiefer. No, I also think
I-
Jason Patrick, but I think Kiefer Sutherland would play fucking dirty. Like he'd
Yeah,
grab
no,
your
he-
nuts and like
yeah,
squeeze
like-
it hard and
Yeah.
Poke
shit.
you in the eyes.
Yeah.
and like a fucking. Speaking of this, made me
Blow
so.
some coke in your eyes.
I'm gonna squeeze your nuts, Michael.
A Three Stooges fight is what I thought of when Michael was floating up and hit the ceiling. I'm like, this is a Three Stooges bit when he's like flying out, like floating out the window, like help me.
Yeah. The infights, I don't know. When they charge at each other and just kind of grab each other's hands and then circle around.
Yeah, but basically, these girls aren't gonna fight.
No, just you.
But also,
You.
if we're going by vampire lore, Michael would be super weak from not having any human blood in him, so David would kick his ass.
Well, that did kind of come into play later in the film. He was like, I'm too weak to I can't help.
yeah, exactly. But he was strong enough to carry 2 people out of that cave.
I mean, if we're arguing tidbits here,
I am.
nitpicks. If we're nitpicking, sure.
I always do.
Didn't keep me from enjoying.
Well,
it.
I mean,
What's
he
new?
also wouldn't have fucking shot against the head vampire at the end of the movie.
Max? Hell
yeah,
no, that
Max
dude
would
was
have just
scary
like
as shit.
punked his bitch ass.
Which
Yeah.
he did. He did.
I
He
guess
did
so.
punk
It's the
his bitch
grandpa
ass.
that came
Ah!
through. Yeah.
Do you think the grandpa was building the fence spiky the whole time?
Oh, that's a great question. Maybe that was his whole theory. If a vampire
to
ever
keep
is in
him
my
up.
house, I can just shove him into that room and he'll get staked by all of the
'Cause
antlers.
the fence. Well, not only. No. I'm talking about the whole movie. The grandpa was building the fence. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, I did notice he was posting.
And he was but he was sharpening the fence into points, all of them.
Yeah,
foreshadowing
could be.
to
Yeah.
his knowledge of the vampires.
He knew about them being there.
And he also says he doesn't go into town. He's like,
Yeah.
that's about as far as I go to get into town. And he just doesn't leave.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Because he doesn't want to get ate by a vampire.
This is accurate.
So
Everybody
the
does.
first time they're in the sunken hotel, Michael, I know he hit that doob, but Michael should be asking questions. How does Chinese food appear out of nowhere? I understand like they're vampires and maybe they have the ability to conjure things, but Michael doesn't know they're vampires. Like I would be like, where'd you pick this food up? Was it before or after the dick measuring motorcycle contest? Is there a fridge in this sunken hotel with no electricity where they
Well,
had
that's what
leftover
he-
Chinese food?
That's what he says. He's like, Michael, it's what I love about this place. Food, Michael. Ask and you shall receive.
Chinese food. Good choice.
Appetizer.
Yeah.
And then he gives him the doobie.
So I guess he
Yeah.
hit the doob and he just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. I like when
He's a teenager in a new town trying to make friends. You think he's really gonna ask that many questions?
Yeah, I'm not going to consume food that I'm not going to, with these weird ass people who I don't, I'm not going to, first of all, I'm not hitting that joint either. I'm like, I don't know what's in this shit. No way, dude.
You think as a 17-year-old boy, moved to a new town, no friends, haven't even started school, you're not just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, I want to be your friend.
So this is a good segue into my
wanna be
next
your
point.
friend.
Have you ever seen a character more susceptible to peer pressure than Michael?
No.
I like how they used the middle school peer pressure methods to get him to drink the blood by chanting his name, Michael, Michael, Michael. Just like, how old are you? Like that's
I don't know. The chick from Mean Girls was pretty susceptible to peer
Well,
pressure.
and you're skipping past all the maggots and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
Which is
the
hilarious
iconic
because you know
maggots,
you're not
Michael.
eating maggots.
You're eating maggots.
You know you're not eating maggots,
it's
Michael.
just noodles, Michael.
Worms?
Spit it out.
What worms? Yeah, that maggot thing grossed me the fuck out when I was a little kid.
Why? Because he's not actually eating maggots.
No, but just seeing maggots gross me
I don't know.
out.
I could argue that maybe he is because Kiefer Sutherland. I guess these vampires have the power to conjure food. Maybe they can transform it back and forth.
And maybe
between-
that is what the food actually is, to your point of where did the food come from.
How do we know the maggots aren't the true form? How do we know the
Yeah.
noodles are? He could just make them look like noodles.
They could just have boxes of Chinese food full of maggots and worms
I
that
like
they
that.
could change into looking like rice.
I think that explains it. I think that
I've
that's
never
good.
thought about that before.
Okay, vampires aren't fucking sorcerers, my man.
They're in
They
this
can do
movie.
some kind of
No.
conjuring, right?
I'm sure the Chinese food, it probably was maggots because it's just old Chinese food that's been sitting there because they don't need to eat.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
in
Vampires
mind.
don't need to eat, though.
Blood.
Blood, yeah, but not. They can't eat like human
They
food.
can eat, but they don't need to.
Doesn't
Especially
it
if they're half.
turn to ash in their mouth in some lore, though?
You never go ash to mouth, bro.
You never go ash in mouth. Maybe that's. I'm thinking of the.
I'm quitting this podcast.
I'm thinking of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, you're
It-
thinking
yeah,
of the skeleton curse.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
that's
treasure.
the curse I'm thinking of.
Food turns to ash in our mouths.
But I like when they were in that. I love the set of that sunken hotel. I
It's
think
cool.
it's
Really
a cool
cool.
ass place. And if I got to go there, I'd hang out. And I like how they just have a big ass Jim Morrison fucking poster on the wall. But then the one guy's like, "So check it out, Michael." One of the very first of many Michaels that you get in this movie. Anyway, I like that whole scene. I think it's
a
cool.
good scene.
So, go ahead.
But that's why he doesn't believe it's actually blood, I don't think. Because doesn't Star try saying, like, hey, it's blood.
It's
and
blood,
he's
and
like,
he's like,
it's
nah,
not blood,
Yeah,
really.
it's-
They're
yeah,
just fucking
It's
with
the
me.
setup. Yeah,
Maggots
it's the
and
setup.
worms.
He is
okay.
he is susceptible to peer pressure, but he also wants to show that he's not just a little bitch. He's like,
Same
Because
difference.
he
I'm not
wants to
gonna
have
believe
friends.
it's I'm
He
not gonna
wants to
believe
be
it's
cool.
blood. Yeah. Yeah.
So every time they said Michael, have you? There's a bit they do on the SNL Weekend Update where Adie Bryant plays like this 13-year-old girl who gives like vacation tips from vacations her family takes. And
I
she,
think I've seen this
and
before.
she always goes Michael to Michael Che.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of it. Michael. And that's what she does, and it's very funny, and that made me think of it the whole time.
I'm really not proud of this. Last night I was in bed. It was 10 p.m. and I go, I'm about to go to bed. Saturday Night Live's not even fucking on yet.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night. I was very upset.
Starts at 11, doesn't it?
10:30.
10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an old man now. Anyway,
That's why you get Hulu, and you just watch it the next day.
there you go.
Or YouTube. I just watch all the clips on YouTube. I don't watch it live.
I just watched it on Hulu.
So I'm ashamed to say that I chuckled at this, and it's tragically funny. It's not funny. It's funny. Corey Haim's character is entirely too. Oh no, sorry. The line "Are you freebasing, Michael? Inquiring minds want to know" from Corey Haim is the definition of real life ironic foreshadowing.
Oof.
I don't like that. It's a little too harsh.
It's a little too real there, Rob.
It's kind of funny.
Too soon.
Respect to Corey
He died
Haim.
11 years ago, I guess. I looked it up.
He died 11
It was 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah.
Are you freebasing, Michael?
Where has
Inquiring
time
minds want to
gone?
know.
Yeah.
I was graduating high school in 2010.
Yeah, join the club. I graduated in 07. And also, still on Corey Haim's character, he's entirely too old to be taking bubble baths and singing to the radio adjacent to the tub like a fucking 5-year-old.
I've got a girl. That scene, I don't know. Him singing in the tub, just living his best life, man. Let him have fun.
No, but it goes further because, first of all, they definitely didn't get the memo about not having electronics next to water. Like, that shit doesn't mix. And then he's like, Mom, can I sleep with you? He's like 14, bro.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If I were to today,
It's weird.
and you don't have a tub, so that's not helpful, but if I were to go to a tub and run you a nice frothy bubble bath,
I would not do it. No, absolutely
I don't know
not.
if I'm getting into
I'm not bathing in my own filth. It's disgusting.
Here's what I would do, though, because I've always kind of been interested in it. I've seen chicks, they got the bath bomb
Yeah,
shit.
absolutely.
I'd pop in one of those, but not to, like, with the intention of bathing myself.
Just to watch it?
No, just to sit in there and, like, have
If you're a
foam
grown
around.
man and you're...
Okay,
Yeah.
if you're taking a bath, we're not sitting in there for an hour. We're just bathing, getting the water nice and soaked, getting all the grime soaked off us, and then we're getting out.
If you're a grown man and you're taking baths, you need to see a psychiatrist because
That
there's
is not
something fucking
true.
wrong with you.
I haven't taken a bath in a long time.
Rob, that's your toxic masculinity showing.
No, it's very feminine.
Anytime I take a bath, I feel like I end up seeing little bits of poop floating around in the water.
Ugh, what the fuck,
Maybe you
dude?
need to wipe your ass
You know?
better.
Maybe don't
Jesus.
shit in the bathtub.
I'm just saying.
My kid shit in the tub once.
I haven't taken a bath in like
And
15
she's a
years.
baby.
Yeah, your kid's a baby. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the only time it's acceptable.
I don't get the appeal of the bath.
I don't either. I get the appeal of the hot tub. That's luxurious, and there's chemicals in there killing anything that is like germy about me. I get the hot tub. You got the bubbles. You got the jets.
But that's not true at all.
Yeah, it is. It's chlorine.
But
you shock it.
I would do the bath bomb just because I've never experienced. I'd check that out.
But if you get the bath water hot enough and a bath bomb has nice essential oils and all kinds of conditioning stuff.
This conversation is gay.
It'll cover up the poop that ends up
will.
floating.
It will,
you know, you
yes.
can't tell there's poop
You
if
can't
it's already
there's a bath bomb. That's right.
purple in the tub anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a theory about this. I think there are some Jewish undertones in this movie because if you think about the names.
Okay, Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ.
No, just hear me out. Could it just be a coincidence?
Michael.
But are there Jewish undertones in this movie? Star of David, Michael, the archangel Michael from the First Testament? I'm just asking questions.
I mean, yeah.
Although
I mean,
Sam
you
could
sound
be
like Tucker
Samael,
Carlson.
Yeah.
which is the dog of the devil. So
No, I'm just fucking. I mean,
Star of David. I think that's a stretch, but you know, I see it.
see, Michael's the archangel from the First Testament. That's the Jewish First Testament.
But then shouldn't the grandpa's name
Well,
be Michael if he's the one that saves
The
everybody?
Jewish
and
people
kills
only believe in
head
the First
vampire?
Testament.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
All
Korah,
right.
the Torah.
Torah,
This is the Torah.
Koran and Torah. I
The
mixed them
Korah. You're Muslimish.
You're Muslish?
Muslish. Keenan's Muslish. He believes in the Korah.
Korah, the Explorer.
Which is funny because all I can think of is Legends of Korra, which is the sequel to Avatar.
What?
The Last Airbender.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that M. Night Shyamalan piece of fucking
No,
garbage.
no.
That
The
was an anime.
cartoon, you twat.
Well, there was a movie that M. Night Shyamalan made.
Yeah, but there wasn't a sequel to the movie. There was a sequel to the cartoon, Robert.
Why are you watching cartoons? You're a grown woman.
Because Avatar is awesome.
I've been thinking about watching Star
Fuck
Wars:
right
The Clone
off.
Wars on
That
Disney
shit's great,
Plus.
too.
Yeah, mm-hmm. But I
In
have
fact, I've heard if you watch it, it helps Mandalorian make more sense.
That's what I hear too.
Especially
because,
the next season. The next
chick
season.
with the
Ahsoka Tano.
yeah, that one.
Sorry, what? I'm
He can
sorry.
fuck right off.
I
He knows
actually
enough.
I have a sex life, so
Oh, do you?
Funny enough, we're
both in
have
relationships.
yeah. I
You don't like Star Wars, really?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I probably haven't seen the Clone Wars though.
But that's the
It's a
thing.
cartoon.
Can
That's
I bring
why.
myself to watch 200 episodes of an
Of a
animated
cartoon.
show that's
They're
like
short.
made
They're like
for
30
kids?
minutes. They're 30 minutes.
Yeah,
though.
I know, but I can't bring myself to do it quite yet.
With
But
no
I've been thinking
with
about
no
it.
commercials, it'd be like 20 minutes a pop.
See, if it's something, and I hope nobody never mind, I can't say this. People that I work with listen to this. But, I could have it in the background at work or something.
Well, now they're going to ask you what the fuck you were going to say if they listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. So I could have it on, I'm working from home. I could have it on the TV, not really pay that much attention, because I'm working hard.
As long as you've got the dialogue.
That's right.
All right.
Sometimes that's how I do the movies for this podcast.
Uh,
Put them on my lunch break while I'm answering emails or whatever.
There you go, yeah.
I'm pretty sure in this film, if you had to rate best kill, who gets best kill? I'm going to go with Nanook.
Oh, Nanook gets best kill. It was the most dramatic for sure.
I think it's funny.
Or Grandpa.
Are you talking about when he pushes the guy into the tub?
Holy water,
the garlic holy
tub?
water?
Yeah. Garlic doesn't work. Try holy water, death breath.
Death breath. We haven't talked enough about Edgar Frog. And that
the Frog
performance.
brothers are so fantastic.
I kind of see where Corey Feldman got his bad acting abilities. Like, he's pretty over
From
the
this
top in this
movie,
movie.
you
He's like,
mean?
just try this
Well,
one.
here's-
Might just save your life.
Yeah,
Here's
in the
my
comic
question.
store.
They're in the comic store, right? They're running the comic store. Where the fuck are their parents?
They say they're running it for their parents.
I always
Where
took
are
the
their
parents to
parents?
be the two hippies that are passed out next to the TV. I always just assumed that was their
yeah,
parents.
somewhere on the boardwalk
possible.
doing meth, probably, like everyone else.
Well, they showed the parent, they showed it not. I always just thought that was their parents, but the two people that have the sunglasses on and they're asleep on the TV in
That's
the
possible.
comic store.
Are they dead?
That's 100% them. You're
That's what
absolutely
I
right.
just assumed that was their
Are
parents.
they dead or passed out?
Good question.
I
Vampire.
feel like they have zero parental supervision.
Unanswerable questions.
We'll get back to to answer your best death question though. I think the best death is the first vampire death when they killed Marco, and you were calling it the
Glitter glue.
the glitter glue bomb.
Yeah.
It's just because I did not expect that at all. As I remember, so I saw this when I was probably 8 years old, and I've seen it 1,000 times since. And I remember that, but I remember the first time and just being like, "Holy fucking shit!" Not as an 8-year-old, I didn't
8-year-old,
say
yeah.
that,
The
but
equivalent of what an 8-year-old
Yeah.
would. Yeah.
Oh my good golly darn.
yeah, it just explodes. It kind of creeped me out.
Holy
as a kid.
potatoes.
That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood.
That's a lot of
But
blood.
it was
Yeah.
like half of it was blood and then half of it was clear. It was weird.
Yeah,
It didn't look like blood at all.
it creeped me out. It creeped me out as a
I'm
kid.
gonna give
though.
Grandpa best kill. That dude explodes into the fireplace.
That's a fair argument as well.
When Max dies.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Kiefer's death,
And I just like La Cucaracha playing when he the horn. La Cucaracha.
Yeah.
Boof, boof, bleh.
I remember Kiefer's death being somewhat unremarkable.
Yeah, Michael stabs him into the antlers.
Well, yeah, because he's holding on to the.
Oh, that's right. I got
top of the
Grandpa's
thing,
kill
and then he,
and
puts that fucking
Michael's
right-
kill mixed up.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandpa runs the car into the house, but brings pieces of the fence with him, and a fence post stabs Max in the heart.
Right by
He
the
goes into
fireplace,
fire-
that's
he
right,
goes into the
yeah.
fire, flies into the fireplace.
And turns to ash.
Explodes.
But actually, the dude that does die in the tub, and then when all the blood starts coming
Yeah.
out of the tub,
Best
Yeah.
kill.
that's But then I also miss me, sucker, and it's only once or whatever, and
Yeah.
he goes in the stereo, death by stereo.
That's my favorite part. I was
See,
like,
and it's funny because that was the sexiest vampire to me.
that guy.
Yeah.
Corey Haim comes down and goes, "Death by stereo." It's like it's gnarly.
I also want to shout out when they murder all the people around the fire. That's pretty gruesome too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That actually is when they just bites into his
How do
skull.
people in this
Yeah.
town not realize that way too many people are going missing?
I think they do. They call it the murder capital of the world.
And they just ignore it?
I
Or
mean,
they're not fucking getting a staking party together during
no,
the day?
I mean, I suppose you could criticize the police force for
Staking
not
party.
figuring this out more quickly, but
Well,
the police force, normal people.
There's a policeman, a police
gets
officer
murdered in
that
the first
dies
scene.
at the very
that's
the very
not a police
first step.
officer. That's a security guard.
But either way, it always bothered me when he's trying to get into his door and he's just basically humping the shit out of his door.
And they yank him and the door
yeah.
off.
His character is definitely he's billed as fat fuck security guard. Like he's just he's just such a
chunky-
piece of shit.
Poor
Chunky
fat
comedic-
fucking guy.
Chunky comedic relief.
Yeah.
He's the equivalent of
The fat best friend.
yeah, or no, what's the Star Wars X-wing fat guy? His name is Porkson or something.
yeah. Tubson.
Tubson, yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
It's like Porkson or
Yeah,
Porker.
yeah.
It's he's that guy. In
yeah,
this movie.
they just straight called him Porky, pretty much. Yeah.
George Lucas just like, you're fucking fat. This is the elephant in the room. Literally, I have to address this.
George Lucas has aged and lost his neck throughout the years. So what?
His
he's got
jowls
no
are so
room to
like
talk.
this, but his neck is like what?
Yeah.
His body does not make sense.
Well, he's Jabba the Hutt now.
Kind of.
Yeah. That's what he gets for
But he's
fucking
also
with Star
still
Wars.
rich and powerful. Congratulations. So, what do you mean fucking with Star Wars?
I'm putting the CG in like the original New Hope and stuff like that. He added some CG lizard monsters. Anyway,
Rumors are he's coming back to the franchise to actually do work on it. It's because the newer ones have been so poorly received. They're like, well, like they're like looking back are more poorly received than the prequels. So like maybe we should get Lucas back in on this. I don't think we were fucking up the formula somehow.
People hated Rise of Skywalker, but
I hated it. I absolutely hated it.
I liked it.
I think they should have just let I don't think J.J. Abrams wanted to do all three, but they should have made him do all three. Yeah. Or made Rian Johnson do all three.
One director.
You can't get in the middle of
one vision. Because there was 3 different visions, and basically they had Rian Johnson do the second one. Everyone didn't like it. And then JJ had to go back and redo everything that Rian Johnson fucked up.
So JJ took the safe route out because, I mean, Force Awakens a little bit is just New Hope with a little Empire mix in there.
But that's the best one of the
JJ took
3.
the safe route, and then Rian Johnson was like, fuck you. I'm going to come in here and go not safe at all and undo everything you did. I'll just kill Snoke. But then JJ Abrams was like, you know what? No, fuck you. Now I'm going to come back and do what I want to do, and all your shit didn't matter.
And so Rey ended up being Palpatine's granddaughter, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Snoke was just like a puppet that was engineered.
A literal meat puppet.
Yeah.
Snoke shouldn't have ever been.
Existed?
He's a stupid character. He just
Well,
there's no payoff to his character.
If he was going to exist, they should have made him way more worth it than what it. Yeah.
There's no payoff.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Rian Johnson killed him.
All right, we're off track. Let's go to
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry, Keenan. I apologize.
I got a few things to say.
I
real
apologize.
You got stuff we didn't talk about?
Well,
amazing.
Let's see here. I've got the question that I want to ask you guys. I already said the
here we
Frog
go.
Brothers are the shit, but are you guys being the vampire? Are you becoming a vampire or not?
No.
Oh, I totally am.
You want to feed on people, bro?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
You know
Live
how
forever.
Do you know how dirty
Never
blood
die.
is? Ugh.
You know,
I don't
Blood
think
is dirty.
I don't think we're designed to live forever, man. I just don't think that's like.
vampires
And
are.
besides, my great grandparents both lived to be in their late 90s.
But
I
you
think I'll be
don't
all right.
age, never grow old, never die, Michael.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, you get to go around, be a vampire. I'd still
Does that
be
mean you have to
rocking the
work-
80s shit.
No, does that mean you have to work like a shitty minimum wage job your whole life because
Yeah.
you've never graduated
I don't know
college?
if you're. I don't know if you're thinking.
No, but
this
I did
through.
graduate college.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah, but
You can't
If
go-
I could become a vampire right now at the age of 30, I would become a vampire.
You can't go out in the sunlight, man. How are you
could
gonna
go
work
eat
a
a
job?
goat or something. You don't have to kill people.
I think you do. Maybe.
You know, go eat goat's blood or some shit.
I don't think that's a rule in this version. I think that's only a rule in the Twilight version.
Well, then I would be a Twilight vampire, and they can go out in the sun, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen the movies.
Only because they're different vampires. So the Twilight vampires sparkle in the sun. The vampires in the Lost,
Oh God! Shut the fuck
the
up.
vampires in the Lost Boys burst into flame. Keenan.
Yeah, I don't want. I mean, I would suck. Like, I would miss days like this. It's a beautiful day outside. I'd miss patio weather and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'd also just go fucking rage with the devil, you know, man.
All right, Lil Nas X.
I guess so. I'd
That
give the
music video. We should have talked about that.
We did last week. Don't
Oh
worry.
man, I missed it.
He gave the devil a lap dance,
I loved it.
That's putting it mildly, I think.
kissed on his neck a little bit.
You leave Lil Nas alone.
I'm
No,
disappointed
I
in you
supported him.
guys.
I support him.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
No one's joining my tribe of the night.
No, absolutely not.
You know?
I
Not
don't,
worth it.
I don't know if I want to exist forever. Like living for a certain period of time is great, but having to be here for forever.
70 years is
I
enough,
don't know,
thank
man.
you.
Like
Yeah.
I'd rather go back into the realm universe of non-existence. I've had my time.
You turn into a bat or something, you know, fly around. That'd be pretty cool.
These
Yeah,
ones don't turn into bats.
they do fly.
They do fly, though.
Yeah, but they don't turn into bats.
Yeah, but I'd be one that could turn into a bat.
So
I'd
like
I'd be like
Hotel-
a friendly vampire.
So you're
Yeah.
like Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
Dracula.
See, I was gonna say, if I was gonna be a vampire, I'd go more the Count Chocula route.
There you go. Yeah, or just the Count from Sesame Street.
No,
How many bitches have I fucked today? 1, 2.
dude. No, because then you get
0.
to, if you're Count Chocula, you get to be friends with Boo Berry and a whole bunch of other cool characters.
True fucking story. I still have an unopened box of Boo Berry in my.
The shit.
Yeah, because it doesn't expire for another month or so.
Wait, how long have you had it?
Since October.
Oh,
I'm about to open it up.
dude. Yeah, I've got my Mahomes I'm a Holmes Magic. I haven't opened. I think it is expired, but I didn't buy it because.
Well, I've got a box that I'm not going to open of that too. But no, the blueberry.
You get all 6 or whatever.
Yeah,
I haven't been saving it.
What am I going to do with 6 of those?
For the record, I haven't been saving it.
This doesn't expire until September.
Well, I'm not eating it.
You could eat it.
I'm not going to.
I bought a box of that I ate and bought a box to keep unopened. But the
Was
blueberry.
It good? Does it taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No, it
No, it's
tastes
Frosted
like
Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
Ugh.
And it gets soggy. Honestly, Frosted Flakes taste better. But
They're more than good. They're acceptable.
Even after the shrimp tails and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I would still.
didn't that turn out to be fake though?
No.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
It was a big deal.
I saw that
I was on
they were
vacation when it happened.
strongly denying it.
And he went through the rest of the bag, and there was also like string and stuff. But we're getting off track. Do you have anything else to discuss?
No, I'm just disappointed you guys wouldn't be a vampire.
Nope.
I said be Count Chocula.
All right, yeah.
Do you know what time it is?
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty
Pretty good. This is a portion of the podcast where we have 5 trivia-based questions from the film. If Caitlin and Keenan get 3 of the 5 correct, I have to shotgun and they don't. If they get less than 3 correct, they have to shotgun and I don't. But inevitably, we'll all end up shotgunning because it's that kind of podcast.
It's just that kind of a day, too. Look at it. I'm going to go jump in the lake.
I have a baby.
Might be a little chilly.
There was people fucking jet skiing out that like just now, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cold as hell.
There's insane people.
I thought I was going to see more people out on the lake. with
I've
it
seen
being
a bunch
like-
of people fishing in their boats.
That's fair.
Number 1. Over, under 2.5 weeks. How long did this shoot last?
Over.
Under.
This movie was shot in 3 weeks. So over.
All right. 3 weeks, huh?
Pretty quick turnaround.
Pretty quick.
Number 2, which actor from this movie was fired for his cocaine addiction but then rehired after promising to come to work clean? Was it A, Jason Patrick, B, Corey Feldman, C, Kiefer Sutherland, or D, Jamie Gertz?
It had to be Kiefer Sutherland, right?
I don't know. I'm going to say Jamie Gertz.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman,
That
huh?
little?
Yeah, that's how early he got into
Oh
drugs.
my
He was like 13 or 14,
God.
and he kept coming to the shoot just sleepy because he's on a coke bender.
makes me
And then
very
Schumacher was like, "Yeah,
sad.
man, we got to fire you. You can't work." He's like, "I'll quit for now."
This makes me
he,
very sad.
well, he did. He
That
quit.
was the saddest trivia fact of all time.
Yeah. If anything,
No, for fuck's sake, he's still alive. He's fine. It's okay.
he should have
He's
made
real
sure he
fucked
had
up
some
from
for the
being
shoot.
molested.
But he's in
Let's
recovery.
move on.
Number 3. This one you guys will enjoy. Number 3. Over under 120 times. How many times do the characters in this film say the name Michael?
120 times.
120.
Over.
Michael. So
Michael.
there's a time he says Michael, and then they say Michael.
Michael.
And then she says Michael.
Michael.
So I'm going to say over 120.
118.
Damn, we both got it wrong.
Damn.
It's very close. I mean, Michael.
Michael.
Number 4.
Wait, does that include when he says, so check it out, Mikey?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because a couple times he gets called Mike instead of Michael.
This says Michael. I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know me. I'm not deep diving
He's
this,
just
okay?
copying them from IMDb. It's fine. Let's go.
It's totally it's like inspired by the Christmas Vacation. I don't know, Todd. Or I don't know, Margot.
I don't know, Margot.
it's
Hey,
the same
I'm not
delivery.
copying them from them. I'm inspired by them, and I make my own questions. Not copying. I'm not copying and pasting words. I make these questions.
Okay, Rob.
Let's go.
Same
Moving
emphasis.
on. I've missed 3, so I'm out.
Number 4. Which actor was originally considered for the role of David before Kiefer Sutherland? Was it A, Woody Harrelson, B, Jim Carrey, C, Michael J. Fox, or D, Jeff Daniels?
Michael J. Fox was so hot in the 80s.
He was pretty hot in the 80s. What's fucked up is you
Michael
said
J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
So hot right now.
And I was thinking Jamie Foxx, and I was like, well, that'd be interesting.
Jamie Foxx was a
I'll go
little
Michael
young.
Yeah,
J.
he's a little
I'm
too
gonna
young.
go- I'll go Michael J. Fox.
Will you hit me with him one more time?
A, Woody Harrelson, B, Jim Carrey, C, Michael J. Fox, or D, Jeff Daniels?
My
I'll say
second
D,
choice-
Jeff
My
Daniels.
second choice would be Woody Harrelson.
I would have been my choice too. Unfortunately, the answer is B, Jim Carrey.
What?
Really?
That would have been atrocious. Atrocious.
Huh.
I mean, I'd hate to judge it before I see it, but I don't think it probably wouldn't have been as good.
He's so
Oh, yeah.
he's so tall and spindly. He would not have made a good vampire.
So's
Drink
Kiefer
my
Sutherland.
blood,
he
Michael.
literally played a vampire in a movie the year before.
Who did?
Jim Carrey.
And what?
Oh shit. It's gonna fucking bother the shit out of me.
In 86?
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna bother the fuck
Couldn't
out
have
of
been
me.
good. Here, I'll do it so you can.
Yeah.
I didn't know Jim Carrey was really a thing in the 80s. I didn't know he
wasn't
burst on the
yet.
scene
He-
until
He was like
Ace Ventura.
doing in Living Color and stuff and
Yeah.
stand up. He was definitely still working, but no, he wasn't a star yet. Once Bitten or something Bitten. I don't know.
Frostbitten.
Frostbitten.
Not to be confused with Frost Nixon.
Frostbitten.
Completely different movie.
Frostbitten is a vampire movie that takes place in Antarctica.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I said that like it's true. Oh, okay.
That's
damn it.
Once Bitten.
Once Bitten. Okay, I was right.
Frostbitten's
Hold on,
the
can I-
sequel.
A vampire countess needs to drink the blood of a virgin in order to keep her eternal beauty. It seems that all is hopeless until she bumps into Mark Kendall. So he was not a vampire. He was the vampire. He was the victim of the vampire.
But he became a vampire.
He was the virgin.
Okay. Number 5. This is I don't know if you get this or not. You might. It's fill in the blank.
Okay.
Which 2 of these actors had previously worked together on a Rob Reiner film?
Oh, you kind of said it.
You should know one of them because I mentioned in his.
It's Corey Feldman and it's Kiefer Sutherland.
It is.
Yeah. And Stand By Me.
Good job, Keenan. Fantastic.
Well, because you said Kiefer Sutherland was in Stand By Me, and I knew Corey Feldman was, and at the time I almost said, why didn't you say that for Corey Feldman too?
Because he was honorable mention.
It all comes back around.
Kiefer plays a complete fucking psycho in that movie.
You know, I've never seen that movie.
It's really good.
I know they find a body on the train tracks or something, and
You should watch it. It's good.
Yeah, they have to like jump from a train coming or some shit.
That's not the movie we watched with Keanu Reeves.
What?
What?
Finding a Body by the River.
Oh, River's Edge.
Gotcha. I was thinking of Knock Knock at first. I was like,
remember
oh,
every
there's a lot of
movie we've
boobs. in
done.
there.
No, that was River Phoenix's coming out party, man. He was like 13, and he's a fantastic job.
So there's a board game that used to be big in the aughts, back in the Bush years, called Seen It. And
I remember seeing it. It came with like video discs. Yeah.
You put it in your DVD player.
I bought it on eBay not too terribly long ago. I brought it back because I was having nostalgia, but I used to play it when I was a kid a lot. And I've seen scenes from Stand By Me. I've seen scenes from like Fried Green Tomatoes and Magnolia, but I've never seen those movies. But I've seen so many scenes from them because of Seen It. And that's the end of that story.
Thank you for sharing.
We should play Seen It. Do a Real Buzz Seen It game. You know?
I don't know.
Hell yeah, I'd be so good at that.
We'll figure it out.
We'd have to figure out something.
Let's go to Drinking
We set up the
Buddies.
cameras over here.
Drinking Buddies.
Well, should we shit again?
I guess so.
Sorry, that was so fucking terrible.
It's a little rude of you.
Yeah, I didn't mean anything by it
Thank you.
Why am I the only one that has keys?
because I live here,
I don't drive.
and I don't. I have a key fob, so I don't. Even if I did have my keys, it's
No,
a
it's funny.
push
So I have
start.
my key fob.
You have a
right?
key fob?
Yeah, I have
Right
push
here.
start.
So
Oh,
a
I
push
have that
start.
too.
I have a push start, and then a truck key, and then 4 house keys for 4 houses, and then a bottle opener. Got a lot.
4 keys, I have 4 keys. 4 houses for these keys.
That's so fucking stupid.
And that's not even where I wanted to go with it.
Actually, I think one is a safe key and not a house key. Don't get it on your
Hey,
laptop.
let's not denounce all the shit you have keys to. You know,
4 keys, I have 4 houses. 4
Someone's-
keys, 4 houses, I have.
Someone's come rob you and take your keys and open your safe.
My safe, which has like the title to my car and my birth certificate in it. Go nuts.
If they want to steal your identity, 3, 2, 1.
It's not a real safe. I don't have expensive possessions. I'm poor.
Uh-oh.
I've got
He's gonna have the burpees again.
I've got like $7,000 in my safe. I'm kidding. I don't have a safe.
You got more money than Corey Haim when he died. Hey, woo!
Oh,
That's
sick
mean.
burn.
That's me.
Sick burn.
He's dead. It's fine.
Oh, that's too soon, man.
No, it's not. It's been over a decade.
4 keys, I have 4 houses. 4 houses for my keys.
All right, the 4 keys bit is getting old.
No, it's just my house, my parents' house, my brother's house.
You should stop announcing all the shit you have keys for.
I have 4 keys for my house. 4
I
keys
didn't
for my
give out
parents'
the
house.
address.
I'm gonna
It's
cut
cool
all
out.
of this.
No, that's gold, baby.
Drinking Buddies.
4 keys for my houses.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. All right. The portion of the podcast where we choose a character, not an actor, but a character from the film that we would get irresponsibly shit-faced, drunk, shivoed, if you will, and I will, with
Wait.
I'll do someone different because I know you guys are gonna fight.
Yeah,
over
we
the one guy.
we have the same one.
You need to update your Shivode to DMX. with.
No, that's too soon. That happened like 3 days ago.
But you're making fun of Terry Schiavo for being in a vegetated state.
It's true.
And hers was not a drug induced.
No,
Yeah,
hers
she-
was just unfortunate.
Yeah. So you should at least change it to X gonna give it to you section.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well.
We're gonna move on.
It's hard to make DMXing into like a verb.
Hello, it's
Yeah.
my drinking buddy is Grandpa.
Drinking root beers with Grandpa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down that guy ripping in on the sax at the beginning of the movie. That's
I know
absolutely
you did.
my
That's why I
drinking
did
buddy.
not. I did not.
Was that
choose
everyone's first choice?
Yes.
That was my first choice, but
Yes, it was.
if I had to drink with anybody else that wasn't that guy, it would be the guy that says, "What are you gonna do, Mikey?" Or "Come check it out, Mikey."
One of the
hot
Lost Boys?
The hot vampire.
The blonde vampire
Oh,
that's
the blonde.
not
The not hot.
that's not
vampire.
Alex
It's
Winter
not
or
Alex
Kiefer
Winter.
Sutherland.
Oh, can we also talk real quick that Alex Winter's hair was by far the most egregious. It was
horrendous.
so bad.
It's terrible.
It looked like I had a
Horrendous.
weave sewn into the back
They
of his.
did,
It was
obviously.
so bad.
Like an obvious weave.
Like the other ones had the real hair. Like
yeah, and they just sewed a mullet into his head.
yeah, not great. I like Alex Winter. I don't want to show him too
No
hard.
one's picking Alex Winter. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think that other guy's the one that had the weed, so that's why I'm picking him.
Nice.
The other
Yeah.
blonde one. See,
Yeah.
the dark-haired one was my favorite. Yeah, the earring, the long dark hair. I'm like, that guy.
Death
Here-
by stereo.
Probably because he reminded me of the sexy saxophone player.
One of them had almost a Native American heritage look to him. I think.
That's what
probably
she's
the
talking
That's the one.
about.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah.
The big feathery
The
earring.
first people. Yeah. Okay. Or it's IPAC. Indigenous people of color. Anyway, IPAC. So moving on to Rotten Tomatoes over under. I will set the critics at a 75%.
Under.
Over.
76%.
Yay, I got one.
All right.
The audience I will set at an 81%.
Over.
Over.
85.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, people like this movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
IMDb rating is
Don't know. 7, 9.
7.
7.3.
All right.
I gave it a 7.5.
Nice.
There you go.
All right.
That's solid.
I didn't hate it.
I give my Real Buzz rating a 4 out of 5 beers.
Yeah, I would too.
Give it a 3.5, 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to give it 4. I haven't said this, I don't think yet, or I've said it 25 times, but I've seen this movie 1,000 times. Holds a very special place in my heart. So
Yeah, me too.
take my nostalgia into the
I've never
equation,
seen it,
but,
and I still give it a 3.5 to 4.
yeah.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 beers. That's solid.
It's enjoyable. I would watch it again.
It's a cheesy 80s vampire movie, you know?
Like if I just needed something on while I was cleaning.
Exactly.
All right, I think that about does it for this episode of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzz crew. Keenan, take us out.
Black rock will rise into these eyes.
We are
That
the
was
Real
interesting.
Buzz crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Michael.
Cry, little sister.